So, Aaron, I'm John from TrekMovie.com.
Hello, John.
So, Deep Space Nine is my absolute favorite Star Trek show. So, when you went ahead and said on stage today that you've been working on a documentary for so many years about basically one thing that you revealed about the making of Deep Space Nine, but also you talked about essentially getting the writers back together in a room and pitching the first episode of a season 8 of DS9.
All true.
So, what writers were you able to get back?
Well, I got, the people I called. Ron, Robert, Renee, and Hans.
That's fantastic.
I could have gotten some other people, but it just felt like the room would get too big, too many voices. We only had one day to do it.
Yeah.
So I kept it to the core group that were, easy to, a phone call away.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you didn't have time to sort of research, do your homework beforehand.
I told everyone to watch the final episode, or if they were too lazy to do that, to check the Trek page to read the synopsis.
Refresh the memory.
Because no one remembered everything, including me. But the doc that was just something I felt was like an added cool bit. But that's not what the doc is about at all.
So tell me a bit what the documentary's about.
Well, it was like we all went through this unbelievable experience that took 7 years out of our lives. And now we've had all this distance from it. And it was like, what does the show mean? What does the show mean to us as individuals, as people? And what does this show mean, if anything, in terms of both the franchise and the culture? And I had been interviewed a couple of times for other docs,
right.
Trek docs, and I had, I got really friendly with Bill Shatner and had a wonderful interview with him for the TNG doc. And then Dave Zappone said, "How would you like? We can't do Shatner again because he just did.
He does plenty, yeah.
Would you like to be Shatner?" And interview everyone and get people singly and together, the actors, and talk over the show. And I thought, wow, a chance to actually get together with Terry Farrell, who I hadn't seen in a long time, blah, blah, blah. Some of the actors I see more of than others. It just seemed like a fabulous thing to do. And I also wanted to know, I wanted to find an answer, because the answer was out there.
Right.
But I didn't know what it was. And without really giving it away, I think we did find the answer. We did find the answer about what the show meant and what the show is and what makes the show valid. And if I recall correctly, it came out of the mouth of little Jeffrey Combs.
Oh, the wonderful Jeffrey Combs.
Yes. Jeff, in one of the interviews, said something that really blew my mind. I mean, a lot of things blew my mind. That on a smaller level, in terms of just the people and their perceptions of the show, of me. Is that what you thought? It's great stuff. And we had, the thing I wanted to do was I wanted to interview as many people as possible. So we didn't just do the series regulars, except for Avery, who would not do it, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And I talked to Avery on the phone a lot, and I just couldn't get him there.
Right.
But I wanted to interview Jeff and Mark Alimo and Jimmy Darren. Jimmy Darren was hilarious because he just was not used to sitting in a room with all these people we were all really discussing this series. And he goes, I played Vic, this holographic singer. I never thought about the bigger. He goes, this is fantastic, I guess what my character represents. And even Jimmy got involved in the discussion, which was, and then there was some really heavy duty stuff that I'm not sure we can even show.
Right.
I mean, there were tears, there were emotional revelations that freaked the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if all of it's going to get, some of it's not going to be able to be in the cut, I'm afraid.
So are you at the point where you're sort of editing together now?
Yes, they're supposedly, now that Spock the Spock doc has been laid to rest and is done and complete, they're now, you know, getting into the editing. I just met the editor today.
Any ideas of when this could possibly be released?
Well, I was hoping it would be released originally next month, but it better come out in 2017. I'm hoping that by next year, sometime in 2017, the doc will come out, because I really think it's not just your talking head doc. There's a lot of that, but again, it's groups of people talking about it, and just the dynamics of, you know, this interesting stuff from a lot of people.